So another thing that's why it's a good manageable size too.
Yeah.
Who the fuck wants? I don't want to eat a burrito this big.
I get pissed off at Chipotle.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
I don't want to put my face in your.
I don't. Yeah. First off, I should have.
Yeah.
I should never open my mouth that wide.
Dude.
Yes. Thank you. There's two things.
I've never thought of that.
There's three things a man should never do. There's three things a man. That's one of them.
Y'all know it takes a special track to do this. I'm on my P's and Q's, dripping sauce. It's just the fluid, it's the chef. I'm here to remind y'all I'm sick with it. My name is stuff that's hot, it's ubiquitous. Meaning it's one and the same, simple and plain. I'm all about my paper, the bacon, cheddar, and pain. I got these lanes running for the border. The talented Mr. Porter, keep it flowing like it's water. But here we go, there we go, creeping to a low speed. Is it him and his friend sitting in the nosebleeds? Play it cool, he ain't special just cause he's on TV. Everybody's hands up, acting like they know we.
What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of the Taste Music Hear Food podcast show, the destination for all things food, music, and culture, and how they all connect. Today, we have an amazing show for you. This guest here, let me do him justice, okay? My guest today is the embodiment of community and craft. Born in Mahtomedi, Minnesota, and now pouring his heart into every cup at Cosmic Coffee in Northeast Minneapolis. He's a man who turned a simple passion for food into a thriving local cafe that's quickly become a neighborhood staple. You may not have known it, but he is also a mental health counselor, a candle maker, and yes, the hands-on barista behind the counter, serving up coffee with a side of genuine connection. His journey from dreamer to coffee shop owner wasn't an easy one, but it was fueled by passion, creativity, and a whole lot of heart. From German shorthand pointers to coffee beans, from neighborhood gatherings to impromptu hot dog carts, this man is weaving community, creativity, and care into everything he does. Let's talk about the brew behind the business and the stories that make it all come alive. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to meet the man behind the cup, Mr. Dusty Wahl.
Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Wow,
Yes.
dang. That was...
Yeah, you know what? I always listen.
Thank you.
I think
no words.
I think first off, full disclaimer, I did have to look up how to pronounce Mahtomedi.
Oh, dude.
that was like,
Yes.
I know I'm gonna butcher this.
Oh,
I
for
got
sure.
so where in proximity is Mahtomedi?
It's like by White Bear Lake and Stillwater.
There you go.
Yep, over
There
in
you
that
go.
area.
There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
And when I looked it up, I
Yeah.
saw like a billion videos of people butchering it.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's very like a thing.
Yeah, for sure. When I was a kid, I ended up in I was like 6 years old, and the cops ended up bringing me home.
Okay.
And they were, everything was
That's
okay.
another story. Okay.
That's another story. Yeah, everything was fine. It was nothing. No.
Delinquent at 6. Okay,
Just-
hurt.
Babysitter got sick, and we needed to ride
Gotcha.
home, and she had to go to the hospital. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, they were looking, and they're like, "Where the hell?" They go in the back. They're like, "Where the hell is Mahtomedi?" And I was like, I'm 6. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Actually,
Like, I don't
no.
know what to tell you. And they didn't know how to pronounce the same thing, but it was like nobody
Yeah.
knew where it was. Or
That's so crazy. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
So I had the great fortune this morning to come to the shop today.
It was a great honor having you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I had a no meat boss burrito, which was I was just talking about this off camera, was delicious, and a chai tea latte with oat milk, and it was
For sure.
listen. So your shop is the vibe of it is very it's very homey. So just picture like this. If you haven't been, picture the coziest living room that you can think of. That's just super inviting, and it has free internet that you don't pay for, and that's pretty much what you have at Cosmic
Sums it
Coffee,
up.
man. You've created something amazing for the community and become so entrenched in the fiber of the community.
For sure.
So, dude, talk to me, about your origin story, about how you came to be and how coffee wound up being your vehicle to community.
For sure, man. Yeah, that was coffee was never the original goal.
Right.
food has always been my passion. When I was in high school, I got my Serve Safe through my like food teacher or my like FCS teacher, and pursued that. Then after college, I was went into social work. Ended up at a drop-in center in South Minneapolis for adults with mental illness.
Coffee was nowhere in the radar.
No, coffee was nowhere around on that. I mean, like I was just interested in that. But in 2014, I moved to my neighborhood, and there was a coffee shop in there at the time. And at one point, it turned over. Owners or people operating it, and I was like, man, if I ever got a chance to put something in that space, like that'd be really cool. It's my neighborhood. I live here. That'd be crazy. And I never would have thought that was a possibility until I saw it happen one time. I was like, well, if the stars align, we'll cross that bridge. Right. And so then every place I worked in social work, I tried to incorporate food in some fashion, whether it was like for incentives at the high school. I would bring a grill in and we'd cook for the kids, after they had a good week, stuff like that. And then at the drop-in center, we served a meal every day. So we had a cook there that was also a member of the drop-in center. And then my coworker and I, we got to oversee a lot of that. And so then we also participated in that, got the grocery shop. And so we were making food for a lot of people. And so that was a big angle that I was interested in. And then during COVID, I just realized I really enjoyed the food side of things and wanted to pursue that more. So I continued to get my food manager's license, and we were working on a vocational program actually because we had a full commercial kitchen at the drop-in center. So we were working on building something like that up, and at the same time, simultaneously, the coffee shop turned hands and became available for lease. And so I was like, you know what? I'll see what happens. We'll just talk to the owners. And so from being in the neighborhood, the owners living in the neighborhood as well, I've gotten to know them from, walking by and seeing each other, and being a customer myself of that spot. Excuse me. And so then when we, so I started talking to them, and then the way that I wanted to operate things was aligned with what they were looking for to have someone fill the space in. And so it was a really quick turnaround. I signed the lease in December and then got opened up in February of 2022. And so from basically October, when I realized this is what we were doing, to February, I just learned whatever I could about coffee. Immerse yourself. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Making coffee, the first time. Yeah, man. Yeah, that was a interesting journey because I didn't have any background in that. So that's how we got to the coffee world. And then through that, with the space and everything, I wanted to have some sort of food offerings. That was always on my mind. One of the things I wanted to do was make sure I had quick, fast food that was available to people to go. And
very affordable. You do know.
Yes, for sure. But that was important to me as well because everywhere you go, things are getting more expensive. And so fortunately, knock on wood, like we did earlier, there's my eggs haven't gone up yet. Egg patties that I use yet. So I'm fingers crossed on that stays.
We just gotta get some chickens for the backyard,
dude. Right? I know. We get some real eggs going on. That'd be fantastic.
Need some hens in the backyard. No, that's just a great story. So I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. It didn't matter what the ending result or whatever the thing you was going to sell. What you were opening was a gathering destination for the neighborhood.
For sure.
And that it was more about the people than the thing.
Yes.
And so the thing that's heavily on the menu that is not listed on the menu is that. And that's how I felt when I walked in.
Totally.
So yeah.
That's cool, man.
You made a point. So I'm just one of those guys that notice everything. So you made a point to obviously speak to people as they came in, but you also made a point to, as people were leaving, you spoke to them about when they left.
Oh yeah,
and so that's somebody who's really in tune to the community. So
for sure,
commend you on that.
Thank
All right,
you. Yes.
Dusty.
Yes,
we're gonna switch things up a little bit right now.
All right.
We're gonna play a little game that I call This or That.
All right. Perfect.
All right, so this or that. Basically, I'm gonna give you two options, and then you're gonna choose from one of those. Don't think too hard about it.
All right.
Say whatever first, wherever your heart lies, okay?
All right,
so we'll get it started.
Cool.
Espresso or cold brew?
Cold brew.
Cold brew.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Early morning grind or late night hustle?
Oh, late night hustle. Real, yeah, dude. I'm not a morning person, which, yeah.
I mean, would you?
Go
you
figure, right?
Heard.
I know, man. Like I said, coffee wasn't on the menu. Mornings aren't my thing.
I get you. I get you. Breakfast sandwich or pastry?
Oh, breakfast sandwich. Yep.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Yep.
Pour over or French press?
Ooh, oh gosh. French press. I've drank more of that. Just I haven't had a ton of pour over.
Yeah. I'm a French press guy.
Okay, got you. Yep.
I'm a French press guy.
I like French press. Yeah.
It's delicious. It's delicious. All right. Look. So another thing I wanted to address with you was, how do you set the vibe? Like, so when I came in today, and I'm a firm believer in that music is a great way to steer the mood.
For
you
sure.
know, if however you want to feel, there's a soundtrack for that. There's a song. If you want to be sad all day, we got some songs for that. If you want to go raging, we got some songs for that as well. So, is there a certain, do you use music in that way to guide the vibe of the shop?
Yeah, that's my life story with music. My entire life has been about that. Is finding the songs that to make me feel how I want to feel in that moment. And because sometimes you want to rage, you know what I mean? And it's like,
very true.
I got music for that,
Absolutely.
And sometimes I need calm, and then I've got music for that, and then there's so for the shop in particular, music is like my lifeline there, because it's my office, it's my space, it's my second home. You know what I mean? I'm there all day, every day. And so I play music that I want to listen to because I'm the one who's there the most. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like a lot of people are coming and going. So I've kind of always said that, and I've decided that while running this place, I am going to play whatever music I want.
That is your liberty to do so.
Yes, yeah, for sure. I was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna do anything, and I do try to be mindful at certain times or certain scenarios if I got to change things up or whatever. But for the most part, the way I choose every day is what song I have stuck in my head in the morning. Like I usually have some song that's singing that I'm humming while I'm getting things ready, and usually it'll hit me right before I open. I'm like, oh shoot, this is a song that's stuck in my head. I'll go on Spotify, pick the radio playlist, and then there you go. Then that's kind of the genre for the day, and it varies.
So how important of an ingredient do you think that is?
Oh, for my day, it makes my day for sure. Yep. And so then that's the other thing I'll do too, is I'll switch up the music based on the scenario, the situation at the shop. So one thing that's unique about my shop is that I don't have any employees. I'm the only one that is there. So for me to be able to keep things going, being I get a chance to talk now. But being able to being managing everything and focusing and multitasking on everything that's going on. I've got orders coming in, I'm sending orders out. I've got food coming in, or customers coming in, and drinks. I got things in the house. There's just everything that's going on there is that I'm managing on that. And so there's different moments where the music needs to change based on what I need to do.
Absolutely.
So when it's busy, and one of my favorite things is when it's busy, I try to put on something a little bit more upbeat, something that will kind of keep me going, that I can bob my head to a little bit. I like to move and I like to dance. So if I can have music on that allows me to groove a little bit, that changes my whole mentality while I'm working. It's not as much work when I'm able to do that. So Saturdays, I was just going to say Saturdays are Grateful Dead.
Okay. All right.
Yep. Just Saturdays are Grateful Saturdays. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So just know this, that when people are coming in, don't feel a way about you choosing the music, because you're inviting people into your space, and so people they're coming for that. They're coming to be transported into, and that's the way I think. That's
cool.
It. So just if you think about it that way, people just left where they were. They didn't want to be in that space
for sure.
They want to.
Oh man!
So the more you think about that, and and it fits with the cosmic theme as well.
Dude, I'm gonna keep that for sure, man.
Sure.
Definitely, yeah,
for sure.
Well, that's my when people suggest music too, and I get to throw that on. It's so much fun with it. It's
so cool.
Yeah,
so cool.
Yeah.
You built a space, like I was saying, that is very much a community. It's like the coffee version of Cheers, right?
right. Yeah, for sure. Love that. Yes.
And you'll have different vendors works in the store, and everything from custom made mugs to garments, you name it, and then the way the feeling of the vibe of that is, for sure. And it's a deeply Minnesotan thing. of how you're going about business.
Cool.
And we were talking about this earlier today.
Yeah.
And that how I just believe that if we can bottle that, that way of thinking about community first
Mm-hmm.
and the people that we come in contact with versus how we want to, skew things, I think that we could do a lot better as a society.
Totally.
Talk to me about your approach of how, because your background is, you're doing everything that you've been always doing. You're just you're just cross-pollinating the pond with with coffee, honestly.
Totally, yeah.
And so talk to me about how much of your community engagement background is leaking into the coffee business.
Oh man, like that's the crossover is huge. Like because I was in the drop-in center setting, where it's a community setting where people are just coming in, and so as someone who's working there, you know what I mean, I'm checking in with people, seeing how they're doing, small talking, helping them with paperwork if they need help, fulfilling their order. It's kind of like very similar things like that. And so I knew that for this space as well, I wanted to just continue like that was, and that just organically kind of continued. That was how I would approach addressing people. It was funny when you said like the saying hello and goodbye.
Yeah,
that was a Jimmy John's thing. That was back in the day. Like we had to do it. You know,
they don't do that anymore.
No, they don't, man. Things have changed. Things have changed. But
the brownies are still really good.
Are they?
Oh my
Dude.
God, they got to put crack in those brownies.
Dude,
They have to. It's a little bit of crack in there. It's like the third ingredient.
I wouldn't be surprised, dude. The Jimmy John's has something, man. I love it.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. But I don't remember where I was going with that.
It's about the greeting.
Greeting people and everything. So the way I view that community side is like, well, and the thing about Cosmic too is it's in a neighborhood. You know what I mean? There's not much else around there. There's not other businesses that are drawing people into that space or anything. It really is one of the only businesses in that area. And so because of that, I looked at the map of Wade Park too, and it's like there's 6,000 residents in just the Wade Park neighborhood, that upper part of Northeast, and that's where Cosmic is situated in there. I was like, that's enough for me. You know what I mean? That's enough business for me. Like to have these people right here. Like this is who I want to invest in, who I want to promote to, who I want to be there for. And so we got kids in the neighborhood, so we host kids craft activities. We got local artists who will just volunteer their time, to put on something just for for kids to have something to come to. So that's been really fun to like find different ways to do that and to kind of approach it with that mentality, as opposed to this thing stuck with me. I won't get into this all, but like commerce over capitalism, kind of that mentality where it's like I want to have a successful business. I don't want to rob my neighbors and my community of resources. I want to be a resource for them, and so that's why I try to keep my prices down. That's why I don't have an extra staff on hand, because it keeps my labor costs so that I don't have to raise up my prices. I use the ingredients that are that I can find that are affordable, so that I can so that anybody in the community can come to Cosmic, and that's what I really want and care about most.
And you do that. You do that from the affordable food,
sure.
and then the inviting atmosphere and all those different things. Here's the other thing: your shop is becoming super duper popular.
Yeah, a little bit.
So it's hard to, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. Like it just takes a few people to like start jobbing for the environment, and then everybody wants at least a taste. Right?
Yeah, yep, for sure.
So as you saw, actually when I was there, they came to you like, I heard about this place. I never been here before.
Yeah.
Yep. So and that's how it happened. So as you grow in popularity, how are you going to manage to stay grounded to your core, way of doing things and your ideals? Because
for sure,
as it gets popular, and I don't want to wish this on you.
No.
But it's a good problem. It's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem to have. Yes. Yep.
I think the magic of Cosmic is the fact of that your DNA is in every aspect of the business. Right. So you're gonna have to attract some more Dusties,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's not just you, you're gonna have to either clone yourself? You're gonna figure that out?
Right? I know, man. Dude, I've thought about that.
Or how do you
do that? Yeah.
what's your thought process behind that? Are you thinking about growth?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Always thinking about growth. Like wanting to continue to grow, and I'm just very mindful and intentional and slow about how I do things with that. Because of the precarious situation I find myself in, as being one person with that.
Yeah.
So I have thought of different things, and there's examples out there of businesses that operate in similar fashions where they have a limited amount or quantity that they have for the day. They can do tickets ahead of time, or there's I've thought in certain busy areas, like maybe there's a QR code I can utilize or turn on at a certain moment when things get hectic, so to kind of keep the flow going and stuff. So there's businesses out there that do that. For me, I feel like the thing that has kept me on the path that I'm on is the working by myself with that.
Yeah.
So the way that I've tried to approach growth in this way is to grow in the burrito area.
Yeah.
That's something that the way that I have them pre-made and everything, I think that I can sell exponentially more of those than I can sell of coffee.
Right. And you have the pre-order method too. So you have to you would have to order. They can pre-order them.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a great way to do that as well.
Yeah, for sure. So you can order if you want like a more than just 4 is kind of my limit on burritos per order, just because I have a limited amount, and I've got them. I want to make sure that people get them, and that's the other thing too is if you want to buy me out, that sounds really good for sales, but that's not what I'm about. You know what I mean? I'm so I can't do that. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It'd be great, but no, I want to make sure that people get theirs, as much as I can. So there's ways that you can try to add some, order some in advance on that. I've had some ideas about maybe trying to get some into different locations. The burritos there where I can pre-make them and send them there.
Yeah.
Lofty dreams. I started in my initial goal was, you mentioned in the intro something about hot dog carts and food trucks, and that was kind of that's been my angle and everything. So I've kind of approached how I operate this in a similar fashion with that. But I think I have an idea of how I could do a burrito, breakfast burrito truck like that. So there's different things that I'm thinking about of how I could grow and how I could manage, but really the coffee that's limited based on the space that I have. Having another person back there isn't going to allow me to make more drinks really fast.
Right.
It's
not ergonomic like that.
It's not. No. Yeah. The space isn't set up.
Plus, you being back there doing your thing. That's the show.
That's it, right?
And that's part of the experience.
Yeah, for sure.
It really is. It's it really is.
I forget that sometimes.
Do you count the amount of steps you do in a day? Because so I'm just telling you, because as a back of the house guy, it's about ergonomic, right? So
for sure,
trying to take the least amount of steps possible, you're doing the exact opposite,
dude. I know, running to the kitchen. So, but dude, everything's intentional, man, because the seconds that it takes me to go back there and just being back in that space can allow me to do some things that need to get done that can help me get things faster in the future. You know what I mean? Yeah. So even though I'm taking more steps to go back into the kitchen and do, because I thought I was I could put my food warmers up in front and then I could just hand them out like that. Right. I was but what I can get done in the couple of seconds that it takes me to go back there, and maybe it's maybe the burrito's ready, but I need 5 extra seconds. Yeah. You know what I mean? I can, and now I have that, So it is interesting. I've thought about that too. How many steps am I putting in here today? And I was
Listen. Running a small business requires, an astronomical amount of effort, heart, fearlessness.
For sure.
All the things.
Yeah.
Do you think that a coffee shop like you, and I know the answer to this, but do you think a coffee shop like yours has the ability to be not only the cornerstone of a community, but in so many ways a healing and connection vehicle for a community? And I think that's what you set out to do without even really putting a name to it.
Yeah.
Because of all the programming that you're talking about doing and all the things you do that have nothing really to do with revenue driving.
For sure. Exactly. Yeah.
So do you feel that you're at least in that vein, and that's what you're going for? Would that be the ultimate goal? Is that the ultimate goal?
I think so, man. And it's not like I knew community building was going to be an aspect of it, but the way that it's working out is it's really cool, man. Like I don't know, like I just really enjoy it, like being, and there is something about like being the only person there where I just get to know the community so much better. Right. So like when I'm out walking my dog, I see customers all the time. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of embedded into that, which is really neat. But because of that, I see people in a way where I see needs, and there's like I said, I don't necessarily reach out to people for events, but people will reach out to me and be like, is there can we do music here? Can I do a poetry reading? Is there something that can I use this space to do this? And I want to do that for people because I feel like I was given, this has kind of been a motto of mine since doing it, but like, I feel like I was given an opportunity to do a dream of mine, which was operate a food business. And I want to use that to be able to allow other people to view to pursue their dreams, and so same with the artists who are on the walls and the people in there. Like I want people to have a space for that. I don't charge my artists anything for having anything in the shop. I'm here to sell burritos and coffee. You're here to sell your art and everything. I'm just the conduit for you to do that, because that's what community is. We're a community, and so I hope people recognize that I just want to be here for y'all. Like it's not necessarily about the money or the business, or like even like this is the best thing to admit, but even like the quality at times I'm like I'm here for y'all. You know what I mean? Like and sometimes the quality is the community, and sometimes that's something that I'm working on balancing is like how can the quality be the interaction sometimes as well, like and to not be concerned as much about the product as it is the environment that you're saying. People are coming in here, and
absolutely,
and so that's a little off topic.
Listen, no, it's actually right on topic. Listen, there's a quote, I believe it was Maya Angelou that said it. People will forget what you said, they will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And that's facts.
That is facts. Yeah, for sure. And I gotta keep that to heart, man. Because like I was saying, being a forward facing and managing everything, like sometimes it's hard. Like
now, I know you say it's a one man show, but there are two other life forms. Mac and Midnight.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Appreciate that shout out. Yes.
Speak to me about Mac and Midnight.
Man, on MLK Day, 2 years ago now, was it 2 years ago? I'm closed on Mondays, and someone needed an order for a meeting that they were having, so I fulfilled that. So I showed up at like 5:30 in the morning, January 16th, and there is like a trash bag in front of the coffee shop, and it looked like a grocery basket, something like that. It's like there's a bus stop right there. I was like, someone left their belongings here. I'm just gonna go move it to the back, so that it's not in front of the store. And so I started walking closer, and there's this little kitty who's like standing at the door looking at me, and I was like, holy shit, there's a cat out here, and I'm not a cat person, and I was like, there's a cat out here, and it's freezing, it's January, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got to let this cat in. So I opened up the door, and I like kind of corral the cat inside, and I grabbed the basket to move it, and there's another cat inside of it. And I was like, these aren't someone's belongings. Like these are the cats are the belongings. Someone just left me two cats. Yeah. And I was like, what do I do with this? And so I called my wife. I was like, 2 cats are here. What do I do? And she's like, I don't know. And I let them inside, and they like jumped into a cardboard box that was in the back kitchen area and fell asleep. And I was like, I have cats sleeping in my kitchen. Yeah. I was like, what do I, like, that's not good. That's a health violation. I was like,
not at all.
No. I was like, I don't know. What do I do with this? I was like, but they're adorable. Yeah. And now I guess they're mine. And people are like, you can call a shelter. You can do this. I was like, but they're mine now. Like they're so cute. So they ended up living at the shop for about 3 months. And so I have a basement area that they like lived in. And then during the morning I would let them up, and they would come hang out with customers. And then it reached a point where it was too hard to keep them out of my business. And like I would have had to find some way to do it permanently. And then they were trying to run outside. So now they live at home with us. So Mac, Miller, and Midnight are the cats. So Mac and Midnight.
And they, whether they're physically in the shop or not, their image is on the coffee bags.
The image is there.
So they're there.
Yes, the house brew is Mac and Midnight.
Yeah.
It's from Vitality Roasting. That's the roaster that I use.
Yeah.
And it's an Ethiopia Colombia blend. It's really good. But we had to give a shout out to the cats because they grew in popularity, man. People love cats. And
no, look, that's the #1 video search still to this day on YouTube is cat videos.
Fully. Yep.
That's the thing.
Not surprised, man. Like kids would come in, people would bring their kids in, like parents would come through and they just want to be like, can we play with the cats? Yeah, man. Like, I don't know. They're just here. So do what you want.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yep.
That's such an amazing story too, and the fact that you had some built-in mascots that kind of have the same the same vibe or the enthusiasm for that space that you do, which is
for sure. Dude,
it's so cool.
Yeah, that brought a lot of people in.
And so you're just one of these guys that I take to just be extremely one of those guys that can just jump in and just do something. Like you said, you wasn't even in coffee wasn't even on the radar.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I'll figure it out. You want to be one of those guys.
Yeah, for sure.
So talk to me about Moon Zoom.
Oh my god, dude! Yes, that's nice, man, for sure. Moon Zoom, yeah. So so the original concept started in about 2019, and how it started was the container that we used for the candles. So you're referencing the candle company.
Absolutely.
Right? All right, for sure. Do you know? Have you seen the origin of what was prior?
I did not see the origin.
Okay, so actually, what that jar was used for is we stored cannabis inside of it.
Okay.
There's a sandstone on the jar on the inside, which you can put essential oils on.
Yep.
And then when you store your cannabis in there, you close the lid on there. You put a peppermint essential oil on there. It diffuses inside. It connects to your cannabis. You got your own homemade menthol.
There you go.
So that was the intention.
Okay.
By the time we got the shipment in, COVID had hit. Things were pushed back and everything. And our plan of going into shops was limited to be able to try to do this. And trying to sell a cannabis product on social media is challenging.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. It has its red tape and everything like that. And we didn't really know how to market it anyways. We didn't have scientist stuff, like we were low key, but we love the idea and the model of it. So then we pivoted and we knew that we were probably going to do candles eventually because the concept was unique with the essential diffuser. So we started learning how to make candles and filling them up. And then
who are the we?
Sorry, we is my good buddy Tom Selwood.
There you go.
My best friend. Yes, thank you. Sorry, yes, the we. So my best friend from life, Tom Selwood, him and I started Moon Zoom, and so we have the jars, the candles. Started selling them as candles, and then the essential oils as well. And we started vending, going to events and selling them at events. And then the year that we were planning on going heavier into that was the year that Cosmic became available, and kind of pivoted directions, and we both kind of pivoted in the prioritizing that for our projects at the time. It still exists, still have jars, still are working on figuring out what we're doing and how we're going to get that out there. I still love the concept of it, and
I think it's an amazing concept.
Yeah, man. I mean,
and
just as jars.
But and the thing about it is, first off, the ethos of how it all started is so the story is dope.
Yeah, right. It's kind of fun. We've gone along,
and the candles look amazing.
Thank you.
I haven't smelled one yet, but I'm sure they do. But you have to have a espresso.
I know.
You have to,
dude. We have to. That's one of the things that we've.
You gotta have a Mac and Midnight candle, and it has to be espresso.
We have
or
to have a
coffee
candle.
Yes, you have.
Yes, man, for sure. Kind of fun in terms of just like business as we're talking here, Bill, because one of the things that we did that we didn't think about is when we ordered this container, we ordered them with the label of the scent on them, which can't be removed. So they all have the same label on there, but we wanted to branch out from those scents, and we didn't have enough money to buy more of the jars of the same ones like that. Right. So we got some stickers and some things to mess around with it a little bit. So there's some obstacles that we as business people were, dude, that's how
happy little accidents.
You know what I mean?
Some Bob Ross moment.
Dude, for sure. Exactly.
I've got the website up on screen to add, if there's anything you want to point out or whatever from there as well.
Oh, cool.
So first off, I love the look
Thank
feel
you.
of the candles.
For sure.
So I love the logo too. And
Appreciate
I'm
that.
pretty sure the moon zoom was as an homage to the cannabis.
Yeah. You're right. Yep, that was the original. Yep,
But I also love the spelling. I also love the spelling. Yeah,
oh, thank you.
So,
Yep, for sure.
And it's I just think that I would so I'm a candle guy. Like my house, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My wife is the candle.
Got
person.
you. Yep, for sure.
But here's the thing that my wife does, and she's gonna come in for this. So she'll, we have more candles than I think we should ever have. Right?
It's a thing.
She will light like a bunch of them.
No kidding.
The problem is they all smell different.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, for sure.
So you gotta have smells that go together. I think
that's got to be kind of assaultive on your
yeah,
nose.
yes, it is assault. I'm glad you said it.
Sorry,
you hear that? It's assault. Yeah. it is assault on the nose. And I love the fact that you use 100% essential oils.
Yeah,
it's all above board. Man, I think they look amazing.
Yeah, man, thank you. Yeah, so it's like what I like about it is that the sandstone is on the lid, right?
Yeah.
So what's cool is like when you don't want it to smell, you just close the jar.
Yeah.
And when you do want it to smell, you just open the jar.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's like you can kind of control it.
You can control it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
Less,
if you want to put the lid somewhere else.
Less of assault. Exactly.
Yeah, you can close it every once in a while when you need to. So I think it's just an essential. So that's right now I have them actually in the shop without them as candles, but just as empty jars, just for essential diffusers. And people also have like diffuser jewelry, that they use for that too. So if you want to store it in there, and it'll keep it fresh like that. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
It was fun. My buddy and I are creators, and we've been brainstorming, and we've done written shorts and fun script, like all that
See,
stuff.
you're just one of those guys. You figure it out.
So like I said, things. Yeah, for sure. Love creating things, love making things, whatever. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, don't let that one go. That's a good one.
Oh, thank you. Okay, yeah, for sure, dude. I'm hanging on. I know. I'm trying to figure out what I get. I know. I was like, we gotta look in patents. What do we got? What do we gotta do here, man? I don't know.
You will figure it out.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Yep.
Just look. I want to purchase the very first Cosmic Mac.
Dude,
midnight candle.
Dude, it's happening now. Now we're on it.
And your limited edition, you should number them all too. That's
for sure.
That's a free one. Okay. All right. So let's get into this lightning round.
Perfect.
Okay. So we're gonna do. I'm going to shoot out some a word or phrase, and then you gotta hit me with the very first thing that comes in your mind.
Oh man.
Okay. You ready?
All right. I don't trust myself. All right, let's do this.
All right. Hey, listen. Either this cannot go wrong.
Okay.
The worst that could happen is you can go viral.
There we go. Okay, perfect. All right. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Favorite coffee drink to make or drink yourself?
Oh, vanilla latte. Just basic small vanilla latte. Love it. Yep.
All right. The most unexpected thing you've learned about running a coffee shop?
How much people want large, sweet, milky drinks.
and not a lot of coffee.
And not a lot of coffee, dude. Yep, I did not expect that at all.
I mean, there's a reason for it.
For sure, man. Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah. One thing you have always have on your playlist when you're working, aside from the Grateful Dead.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. That's always on there. I'll do any lo-fi. Good coffee. I mean, it's just like basic coffee shop music like that. But there's a couple playlists that I have. Good vocal music. I have this one playlist called Vocal Sex that I throw on there. Yep. I mean, it's everybody's voice I love. And I'm in love with your voice. If you're on that playlist, that's what it means. So that's a good one on there.
I gotta get on that playlist.
What's up?
I gotta get on that playlist.
I will add you now. Yeah, for sure. I check it out. You'll be on that playlist, dude.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Your go-to comfort food after a long day.
Oh man, burger or Philly cheesesteak. I like the beef or the grease and the cheese. Like, I mean, yeah.
A good Philly cheesesteak. The bread sopping and a little bit.
Yes.
I mean, that's that's one of the main ingredients.
Yeah.
So are you a cheese person or a whiz person?
I do. So I like to make my own as well, like for that too. But I think it's a combo. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think the white American is essential for a Philly cheesesteak with the whiz. I think you go both of them.
Yeah. For those who don't know what the hell we're talking about. So Cheese Whiz is probably the uncheesiest cheese there ever.
Yep, for sure.
But it's perfect for a cheesesteak. I don't know.
It does, man. It goes well. Yep.
Yeah, it's sort of like that. You know those crackers and cheese with the little red stick.
Yeah.
The cheese doesn't taste the same unless you use the red stick.
Dude,
I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says.
It's the truest.
The red
man.
stick is a needed thing.
If you don't have it, it's not the same.
Nope.
It's not,
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
And then the finger as a second. So, what's the most Minnesota thing you have ever done? I can tell you what mine is right now. Was learning how to say Mahtomedi.
Man. That's it. I would say I have probably just all around my like accent and language. I just Minnesotan, just like I say you betcha. I say geez all the time. Like I just ope is huge. You know, I'm gonna squeeze by it. Like it's just all Minnesotan on that front. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, Minnesota State Fair. I like love.
That's a rite of passage. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, I love the State Fair
for sure.
I love it.
Dude, it's fantastic. Man.
Yeah, I will say this about the State Fair. So my favorite thing. So I remember I came here in '98. My favorite thing ever at the State Fair. So by the 4C building in the back, across from where they have like the Swedish coffee and all that stuff.
Yep.
There used to be an apple dumpling stand.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. 3 years ago, went bye-bye.
No kidding.
I was down to boycott.
Dude, that's devastating.
So let me for those who
they
have
didn't even move. Like
no,
location, they're just
gone. I think the family that ran that. I think the guy. I think he passed away.
Okay, gotcha.
And unfortunately, so
how do you have someone take over?
For those who haven't experienced, have you ever had it?
I don't
apple
think
dumpling?
so.
Okay,
No,
I gotta tell you about it. I gotta tell you about it. Okay, so as a proof. All right, so they would peel an apple.
Mm-hmm.
They would make this syrup. For the apple, and it would be like actual Red Hots.
Oh,
candy,
really? No way.
Actual Red Hots, brown sugar, vanilla, and cinnamon sticks.
Oh my
God. And I'm pretty sure there's a little bit of whiskey in it.
No kidding.
And they would basically braise the apples in this syrup.
Oh, that was all in the syrup.
Yes.
No way.
Braised so they core the apple, so you have the apple. And then they would wrap it in some kind of a dough, and then bake it. And then you get that half an apple, some of that syrup, and then a scoop of vanilla ice cream.
You're kidding me.
Out of bounds.
That sounds incredible.
Out of bounds. About the best thing I've ever had. And then they put some. So right now, no shade, but there's like a pancake on a stick or waffle on a stick stand in the spot now. And I was like, I was ready to flip the stand over when I just so we're clear. I was serious about them. I look forward to that. And then I left. I moved away, and I came back. That was the first beeline. The first beeline was to them. I'm like, whoa, wait, did it? And I looked on the directory. It's not even in. It's not here at all.
Man, I'm sorry because that's a blow, dude. When you And
it's an amazing thing. So it's what. So
you have your places at the state. I have your places.
I have a short list of food items that are so nostalgic to me that I won't even attempt to make them.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm pretty sure that I could make this, right?
For sure.
It's like, but I don't even want to try because I don't want to sell it, right?
It's not the same.
It's not the same. I want it made for me. I want like okay, so I'm not a big mayo person.
Okay.
Good aioli on something. Good aioli on something, or like my grandmother used to make a tuna fish sandwich. That I won't eat tuna fish.
Okay.
I just don't. I don't. Yeah. I won't make it for myself. I don't want to buy it anywhere.
That's fair.
And the secret was though she baked the bread. The tomatoes were from the yard. I'm like, she didn't put onions in it because I hate raw onions. So it was like everything was, it was custom made to me. So
oh, gotcha.
So this apple dumpling is in that pantheon.
Yeah, you can't remake that.
No, I refuse to try.
Okay. But now if it's gone, you might have to.
I might have. That's what I'm saying. I might have to open the stand up.
There's not if it's not there, then someone's got it.
Someone's got to do it. Why not us?
Yeah, dude.
Why not us? The Moon Zoom apple dumpling.
Dude,
that's another cent. That's another cent. Okay, Dusty, tell everyone what you have going on and where they can find you. So, any programming you got going on right now, just let us know what's going on with you and Cosmic?
Yeah, not a ton of programming right now. I think there's maybe a concert happening over Memorial Day weekend. You can tune into that on Instagram. That's usually where I post all my stuff. If you come in, you can sign up for my email newsletter. And that I put
And
stuff
the
in there.
Instagram handle is what?
The Instagram handle is @CosmicCoffeeMN.
That's right.
Yeah, spell it like you sounded. Nothing weird in there. nothing Moon Zoom style or anything like that.
Absolutely, man. Well, Dusty, thank you so much for being here
and
taking the time to do such. It's been amazing to get to know your story a little more in depth, even though I feel like I've known you.
Dude.
Which is very true.
Man.
I feel like I've known you forever. And man, I really continue to be the glue and the thread for, your community that you're being. I think the world needs more places like Cosmic Coffee.
Dude, for sure. And hopefully we get more, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude, keep it going.
Absolutely.
For sure.
If you have not been to Cosmic Coffee, please stop in. Dusty's brewing a lot more than just cups of coffee over there. The burritos, I can swear by them. I swear to God, they were good.
Oh,
and
appreciate that.
Look, check this out, man. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Taste Music Here Food Podcast. We have an incredible journey today, exploring the delicious intersections of food, music, and culture. Remember, the stories we share are the flavors of life that deserve to be shared. If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. It helps others discover our show and keeps us going strong. Remember, no one likes FOMO. Don't miss out. Follow us on social media for behind-the-scenes moments, sneak peeks, and exclusive content that brings the world of food and culture even closer to your plate. I've been your host, Ed Porter. Until next time, peace.
MBC, no relation to NBC.